Hey everybody, Stuart McAdam here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the 5 common Facebook mistakes that businesses make. Now, these are errors and challenges and issues that come up normally around the planning stage and when people are setting up the original conditions. So this is before they've even spent a dollar in ad spend a lot of the time, and we're going to have a look at them in a bit of detail and look at how you can avoid making these 5 common mistakes. So let's jump right into it. So the first mistake that a lot of people make is that they have an offer that's not strong and compelling enough. So the natural default, which can be made sometimes, is trying to rush straight into the sell, and that's not particularly the most engaging and compelling way to draw people into your business and pick them up as leads. Sometimes it requires offering something of value that could be helpful for them, but that item of value has to be enough for a person to want to uh, give their email address, give personal information of theirs that is then yours to entrust them with that valuable content offer. And if that offer is not strong enough, it's not compelling enough for them to want to do something as small as sometimes it's just sharing their email, then you're going to have to reevaluate what exactly it is you're offering and make sure that it provides enough value for them to want to give that information up so they can get that value. So if you're somebody who is running a Facebook ads agency, maybe you want to give them a bit of a checklist on what they need to do in order to set up their Facebook ads from scratch to having a live and running campaign. That would be something that small business owners who have limited time and budget might find immense benefit in. If you're looking at something a bit more high level, say for example, you are a plastic or cosmetic surgeon, maybe having a value video would be immensely helpful and powerful in really just driving home those conversions. So not having a strong and compelling offer, mistake number 1. How to avoid it: think about the customer and what kind of information they would benefit from enough so that they would give the information, their contact information, over to you to get that content offer. Second common mistake is audience is too targeted. Now, if you can imagine Facebook ads and the algorithm going in and doing its thing, you find that what it tends to do with a targeted audience is it narrows in on the targeting even more. So if you're promoting running Facebook ads, let's just say to everybody in New Zealand, you've got 5 million people. And that 5 million people, the algorithm can generally go and find the people that are most likely to enjoy and engage with your content offer. And if you then set parameters early on and say, okay, well, I just want to target people that live in certain areas, people that have particular interests, and people that are in this age group, you're going to find that it will then narrow in on that targeting, and it could make your ads more costly and more expensive than it would be if you just left it as broad as possible and then let the algorithm go and work its magic and find the people that are going to be interested in the product and make it targeted by default, and rather than trying to interfere with it. So, if you're setting such strict conditions earlier on, the algorithm's obliged to work within those strict conditions. Whereas if you give it a more degree of freedom, it can definitely help you out and work in your advantage a lot more. So on to mistake number 3. And this one's quite an interesting one. It's that the chronic underperformers of ads are being used right now by a lot of companies. And by that, I'm talking about the ads that you see in the right column that almost no one ever really pays any attention to. I'm talking about having in-stream video as a set of targeting, even though it's a static image. Talking about having Facebook and Instagram stories for high value content offers that people are just not going to be able to fully engage and equip themselves to make a decision in the space of 10 to 15 seconds. So you want to start looking at moving away from those parameters and actually manually choosing how you target. Because if you're just going for automatic and recommended targeting, then you're likely setting yourself up for failure, because unless you know with certainty that people are going to engage with your content offers with those types of placements, then it's really just time and financial investment and manpower investment in setting up something that's not going to work. Which brings me to point number 4, and that is boosted posts. Now, boosted posts are effectively a great way for Facebook to make money, but for you to make money, it's not very effective because you have no control over sort of certain parameters and creatives and stuff that you would if you just had Facebook Business Manager set up. So rather than boosting your posts, set up your Business Manager. It doesn't take any more than an hour or two to get everything up and going, and then look to set up a campaign that has, which is titled Boosted Posts, and that's where you put your promotional ad spend into getting that content up and going. Because if you just have boosted posts, it's going to be money down the drain, and it's not going to get the conversions and engagement that you're looking for. Which brings me to my final one, which is the 5th most common mistake businesses make, is that they have a budget that is too small. Now, I'm conscious and aware that a lot of businesses have a very limited budget to work with, but in order to be effective with your Facebook advertising, you need to have at least $10 to $15 a day to allocate. And if you're not able to outset that from the get-go, my recommendation is to spend a bit of time saving up that budget and then launching your ads when they're ready to go like that. So those are 5 common mistakes. I hope you found that useful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I put up videos like this every single week. So thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.